Hi, welcome back to T-Squared. We're here for part 2 of the design development of websites. Nirav, welcome back.
Thank you so much for having me.
Look forward to finishing this off. Is there a way to kind of do this where you have kind of the opening package, which is built to be able to go to the more robust package as they scale the business? Or is there a way to kind of accommodate a startup that way who doesn't have the big budget, yet have it built in a way that you can then make it more robust? Is that
Yeah, I
reasonable?
think that like systems for startups and people who are still starting with like maybe a lower budget range, I tend to look at solutions and software that actually allows for that. So you take a system like Shopify, which almost has everything built into it. Like you work with a graphic designer to add some images to there, work with a photographer, or you photograph the images yourself and really build it yourself to prove the viability in the market. I tend to want to go much more small in that case. And then once that's built and you've proven out product viability and you've seen what works, then I think you can always hire an agency to then re-up the theme, make things better. We've seen companies that have started off in Shopify and stayed on Shopify up to like their first $1 or $2 million that they made. And then we upgraded to the Plus platform because they needed a little bit more enterprise level software. And that's lasted them further before we upgrade. So you're always going to be changing systems as you grow, and that's okay. Just know that you're doing it with money growth. You're not doing it before the money growth. You don't need a big system to start with or a big design to start with. You actually just need more focus in your work.
Great. A lot of startup people be happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Now you're one step ahead of me on the questions, because I was going to ask you kind of where that break in volume was, and you seem to say after the 1 to 2 million is kind of the first break in terms of scaling.
It is like before you go to like a more enterprise level software. The reason why you go enterprise level is two things. You're solving more automation needs, more operations needs that are not contained in the non-enterprise level solutions. And two, you start needing a lot more data and reporting. What we've found is that once you've passed a certain couple $1 million range, your accounting needs grow excessively. Okay. And you start getting hit by taxes that you weren't aware of, or IRS comes and says, hey, where is this set of numbers? And a lot of that documentation sometimes is not there on the non-enterprise level solutions. And also accountability, accounting for where inventory is and how that's being tracked, where customer records are, where credit cards are being handled, all of that kind of, you start getting more into the weeds of that. Mm-hmm. You don't need to when you're in the initial stages. Things are a lot more easier. You're not always tracking every element during the initial stages, and that's okay. That's actually normal. But as you grow, you want to start tracking those things to be a little bit safer, to provide more security, less risk for yourself. And that's when you're getting to the enterprise level solutions.
Is design development moving really quickly? Do you have to, are you waking up every week, every month with something new happening in terms of what you need to incorporate?
Yeah, like on an ongoing basis, there's always going to be a level of re-upping the design efforts, so changing copy and strategy to what you're working on. So I think in a lot of cases, like as your company evolves, there's always new competitors being brought into the market. There is like new platforms or new features being launched that you want to stay on top of to stay fresh and to stay viable in the market. And so there's always ongoing work that you can be doing. But I always find that the place where you want to put the most energy is not necessarily always building new features or to be able to add the next level thing or to be able to do a redesign, but it's actually to be able to say, how do we focus more in on the audience that we're receiving? Because when you're having a good set of traffic, whether you're using digital marketing needs of Facebook and ads or social media or emails, you're always going to have a steady stream of incoming traffic. With that incoming traffic, how do we convert more of them? What are we saying? What are we designing? What are we putting out there that actually allows them to feel like, I want to buy this or that I need this? And I think that's where you can always spend as much time and effort to be able to convert more of your customers.
Wow. I have to digest that. I think that's great. Is there anyone out there any sites that you would kind of point to as a kind of great example of someone who's got a well-designed site with a great...
I think two companies have always kind of set a good trend for a lot of things e-com related. One is Everlane, and the second being Warby Parker.
Right.
I find that Warby Parker has always tried something different. One thing I loved about them is like they even created the whole try-on experience where you could be able to buy the demo product and kind of get the lenses for free.
Tried it. I tried it. I tried it myself.
I love it, and they're so smart about it. And it's like, people want, with a product like that, people want to try it on, and people want to see it, and people will need that. And I think that gets missed with e-commerce a lot of times, that people feel that, well, it can all be done just straight online. And it's like sometimes maybe it needs to have a little bit of a physical touch to it, and they added that.
Nirav, fantastic. Just very insightful. I'd like you to thank you for coming to T Squared and really enjoyed it. And if you have any questions for Nirav or myself on design development, please send them our way. Thanks for checking out T Squared, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you so much, Trent.